So have you ever set a stone in a bezel and the more and more you try to get the stone tight, it just won't get tight? You use your prong pusher and you push down on it, you push down on it, and you push at every angle, and when it's all done, the stone still kind of wiggles in there. Well, stick around. I'm going to help you out today. Today we're talking about a little bit of bezel setting. So so a lot of people that set stones in bezels, they have that same problem, especially on larger stones. You sit there and you press the bezel over the stone and it just won't get tight. Well, the reason why is because metal has memory to it, and it's got a little bit of springiness to it, and depending on the metal that you're using, it'll have more springy. So if you are using like bezels with fine silver, it's a little bit easier. If you're using sterling silver or some of the lower carated golds, they've got more spring to them. So you go to push the bezel over the stone, say the stone's here, and you push the bezel over the stone. When you're done, it springs back just a little bit, and it's frustrating. You know, one way that you can tell if your stone is still loose in the setting, sometimes you can jiggle it around with your finger or take a tool and touch it, and you can see it wobbling and bouncing back and forth. I use this here. It's called Wicked Sticky Wax, and it's really sticky, so you can pick up stones, but it'll stick to stones, and you can kind of see if they're sticky or not. Another way that you can do it is, say like here's a bezel set stone, and you can take this and tap it a little bit next to your ear, and if it's loose, you'll actually hear it shaking around in there. So it lets you know that the stone is not completely tight and that you've got a little bit of tightening to do. And most people just say, here's your bezel wall and here's your stone, and you're just pushing over and it's springing back a little bit, and you're pushing over the stone and it springs back. And the more you do that, the more work hardening the bezel is getting and the springier it gets. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples. I would show on the bench here, but I've got a couple of small stones, and I'm going to set these in a little bit and I'll show you how. But I'm going to bring this out and show you. So we'll do this. So say here's your stone, and you got a nice cab that you spent a lot of money or a lot of time putting it together. So it's got a little bit of how's that? Okay, so you got your bezel that sits in like this, and you go to push it over the stone, and you push it over, and it comes like that, and you envision it that, but then when you're done, it springs back a little bit. So your bezel is more like this, but there's a little bit of a gap in between this stone and the bezel. And the more you press this way, it's going to move in, and then it's going to spring back. And the more you do it, it's going to spring back. And it just gets frustrating. You try and push and nothing happens. So what you need to do is very carefully come down this way. So this little area here, instead of pushing against the stone, you want to push it down so that you got a little bit of area that bends this, like this, and that will actually tighten your stone. It's almost like little fingers that are holding that stone down, and that'll give you that extra tightening that you need to get the stone tight. So on your prong pusher, you're pushing this way. Try to push this way, and what I usually do is this is what I use for my bezel setting. It's just a small old burr, and I've cleaned up the edge, and it's nice and flat, and then I scuff it off with about 400 or 600 grit sandpaper so that it can hold on to the metal, and then I'll use my chasing hammer, and then what I do is I'll come down and just lightly tap. I want to look to make sure that I'm not touching the stone, but I'm tapping down on this edge here so that you're turning that bezel into, like, again, like little fingers that are holding that stone down. And you just kind of go all the way around really lightly, just tapping around, and then that will give you that extra security there to hold that stone. And again, when I'm doing it, I'm using my visors and I'm real careful that the tool doesn't touch the stone, but you just want to tap down a little bit on the top of that bezel, and that will give you that extra security that you need just to hold that stone in. And again, when you do that and you're done, take your stone, put it up to your ear and tap it like this, and you shouldn't hear the stone jiggling around at all. It'll be nice and secure. And then you go and you clean up the top edge of your bezel with like a rubber wheels or sanding, and then you polish it and finish it that way. So give that a try if you have ever had problems getting your stones completely tight. That will definitely help. And again, what I do is say my stone is here, and I'll use a ring mandrel or something that stabilizes it, and then you can kind of come in and then just kind of lightly tap. You know, some people use a hammer hand piece that looks like this, and that works okay. Put it on your motor, like your Ford motor, and you can come in and it'll tap around. I use that at times, but I really like this. This is old school, but I've got a lot more control over where my tool is making contact, and also how much pressure is going on there. So if I want to just kind of lightly just come in and just tap it that way, or if I need to really hammer it, depending on the thickness of the bezel, I've got more control in my hand, and I can feel it and see it and hear it working. Where with the hammer hand piece, it's got a little bit of adjustment, but you're kind of at the mercy of the tool. And this just seems to work a little bit better for me. And again, this is just an old burr, and I've cut the end off so that it's nice and flush there. And then I take a little bit of sandpaper. It's like 400 grit, and then I just kind of clean that up. And it's not completely flat, it's got just a little bit of a dome to it. So that is what I use. Give it a try if you want, or you can use the hammer hand pieces and stuff. They all work, and nothing is right or wrong. It's just things that work for you. So I hope that helps a little bit. And in a minute here, I've got this stone here, and this ring here, and it's got a couple of little bezel settings, and I'm going to clean that up, and we'll show you how I go about setting those. So here we go. All right, so I'm getting ready to set a couple of stones, bezel stones, in this little ring here. There are a couple of oval stones. I got them here. And so the first thing I'm going to do is clean out the inside of the bezel and make the walls nice and straight. So I'm using a setting burr, and it looks kind of like this. This is a big one, but it's a fairly small one, and it fits inside of this the setting. So I'm just kind of going around and just cleaning up the area. This is a faceted stone, so it's got a beveled bottom, where if it's a cab stone, it'll have a flat bottom. This one is kind of shaped to the contour of the bottom of the stone. And also what I'm going to do is the walls are usually straight up and down. I want to take that top edge and put a little bit of an angle on it so that it goes over the stone a little bit easier. This is just a number 4 beret needle file that it's kind of like my favorite needle file in the world. And I've done some videos on how I prep them, make this edge here nice and safe so that it doesn't damage the pieces. I'm just taking that, I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of an angle there on the bottom, so that it, instead of being straight up, it's straight up and then it comes in a little bit, just so that it goes around the stone a little bit easier. So I will set these, I mean, there's different ways of holding this. I like to set them on my ring stick. Let me see if I can get this a little closer. There you go, that should work. And again, I'm going to set the stone with a prong pusher, but then I'm also going to finish it up with my chasing hammer and the little tool that I showed you a little bit earlier. So I'll take my sticky wax and go after one stone first. Make sure that it's going to fit in there. Let's see. There we go. Make sure the other one fits. I did a little pre-fitting before this video just to make sure that everything was going to work, just so it wasn't a longer video. So you can kind of see they both fit in there nice. Let me, I'll take a quick picture. Now what I'll do, and I'll just do one at a time. Pull that out of there. I'm just going to push this over the stone just to kind of hold it in place. I turn it around because I use my right hand to push the bezels, and it's hard to get my right hand this way, so that's the nice thing about doing it on these on my ring stick, which is mounted to my bench. Now the stone is kind of held in place, so now I'm just gonna come in and slowly tap this just to kind of hold it down from both angles. See the stone bouncing around in there a little bit. In a second here, when I get it secured, you'll see it stop doing that. So right now, stone is held in place. I'm trying to keep my hands out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. And you can see I'm not using a bunch of pressure with the hammer. I'm just actually holding the hammer and just kind of tapping it with my finger. And then just slowly going around it so that it's nice and uniform. Again, turn it around so that when I'm hammering it, it's forcing it onto the ring stick, where if I'm pounding it this way, it wants to come off. So I'm just kind of looking to see where it needs attention and just barely tapping on it. Like I say, the hammer hand pieces will work well, but sometimes they work a little bit harder than you want, or not as hard. So you can kind of see here that that stone is in place. It's not going anywhere. And I'll kind of touch the stone just to make sure that it's not wiggling around in there and it's nice and secure. So we'll take the other stone and do the same thing. See, it just drops down in there. I'm gonna push this end over the stone first. Do the other side. So now the two ends are kind of holding that stone in place. The stone's going to be rocking around a little bit, but at least it's not going to bounce out of there when I start setting it. So try to keep my fingers out of the way so you can kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just slowly going around the outside edge. Making sure that the tool doesn't come in contact with the stone. And this tool that I have, this is just a piece of rubber tubing that I put on it, just so that I can hold it a little bit better. You don't necessarily need that on there. You can use just the burr itself. I'm trying to keep my fingers out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Around slowly and trying to keep it nice and uniform. A little bit more on the one side. Right in there. And then again, just touch the stone in different areas, make sure it's not rocking around. And there you go. Now we'll clean it up. We'll go after it with some rubber wheels and some polishing and make it look pretty. All right, well, hopefully that helped give you a little bit more understanding of some of the fundamentals of bezel setting. If you have any questions, you can always get a hold of me, either respond to this video or get a hold of me at doug@jewelrymonk.com. The next video that we're making is going to be focused more on some prong setting and maybe even throw in a channel setting. So stay tuned. If you're watching this later, just search for JewelryMonk and stone setting and you'll find some stuff. So as always, thanks for stopping by. Make sure you subscribe, because we're doing a couple of videos a week, plus every Friday 8 a.m. Mountain Standard Time we're doing a live stream on YouTube, and we're just kind of hang out, do some questions, wrap up the week, and do some demos as well. So hopefully that helped you understand a little bit more on bezel setting. And if you struggle with stones staying tight, hopefully that helped. Just remember the little fingers, just tap down instead of just kind of pushing in, and that'll help. So again, thanks for stopping by. See you next time.